Okay, as according to the official Salt Lake City government website, approximately 97% of reported sexual assault offenses were perpetrated by males. Mayor Becker, what sexual assault perpetrator prevention measures have you actively pursued, and what would you pursue in perpetrator prevention?
Complex question. Mayor Becker, the first opportunity.
Thank you. The sexual assault, sexual abuse, that whole arena of really sexual attacks on women, particularly, it includes men, but it's mostly women, is just completely unacceptable in our community. While I have been in office, we have worked on a comprehensive approach to that. Our police training is particularly focused when we arrive at scenes to make sure that we provide a welcoming and secure environment for women and others who are victims of sexual abuse. Our criminal justice system, then under Prosecutor Sim Gill, now under District Attorney Sim Gill, is trained and works very well to provide the community justice arrangements through the YWCA and their own tools that are available. And in my mind, it is important that we look to make sure we provide a protective envelope around women. Sexual assault is something that's incomprehensible to most of us. But there are victims of sexual assault in our community. And we need to make sure that women feel secure. And that comes from having both a good, loving environment in their home and in their neighborhoods. It means from having law enforcement trained well on how to take care of women and provide for the whole string of things that are going to happen after a sexual crime gets reported. And then to make sure our entire criminal justice system is intended to provide both justice and to provide for protection of those who are victims.
Representative Biskupski, your opportunity.
Yes, this is an extremely difficult issue. We have a lot of this happening in our community, far more than it should be, and it starts here on your campus. We all know this, and we have to reach outside of just our own Salt Lake Police Department. We need to do education on our campuses. We need to do education within the community on the issue and not be afraid to talk about it. I've been a co-creator of an organization called Utah Women in Law Enforcement. That organization is now a local nonprofit, and we are trying to recruit women into the law enforcement field. It's really important that more women join law enforcement because we need to be the face that shows up at the door on an assault. And we also need to be a face that deals with aggressive people and help them navigate a different life than what they are doing today. This is a very difficult issue. And if we as a community collaborate as law enforcement agencies and share information, we can get to the assailants much quicker. And there's a big case that happened a couple years ago where that was a true story, and the collaboration between two law enforcement agencies got a very horrible person off the street. And I think it's important to share information.
Let me ask you in your rebuttal time to expand into the punishment element of this crime. Are we doing all we can do in the prioritization of investigation, processing evidence promptly and efficiently to securely pursue the perpetrators of these crimes? Mayor Becker, the first 30-second opportunity.
It is really of utmost importance that we use both all evidence available and our full investigation tools that are available to be successful in prosecuting those who are perpetrating these horrible sexual crimes. Salt Lake City has really, I'm glad to say, has really led the way in both providing the evidentiary qualities, and we've had our challenges, but on DNA testing, for example, and to make sure that we pursue investigations in the criminal justice system in a way that makes sure we're both providing justice for everyone, but also providing the victims with the kind of security they need to feel comfortable in moving forward in a prosecution.
Jackie Biskupski.
You know, in Salt Lake City, it took a councilman to pass an ordinance demanding that the DNA test kits were actually tested. And there was a backlog of over, I think, 700 kits that just had not been tested, and we were not collecting the evidence that we needed to prosecute. It shouldn't take an ordinance of some sort to make sure that we are processing evidence in our city, especially on a situation like this.
We are approaching the midpoint of our debate between the candidates for mayor of Salt Lake City. If you've missed any part of the exchange, you'll be able to view the full debate online at kued.org up to Tuesday, November 3rd. We also encourage you to join our community dialogue on social media by visiting our Facebook and Twitter sites, where we're using the hashtag KUEDdebate. As we move to the second half of our exchange, we've extended an invitation to each candidate to direct a single question to their opponent. Now, the same ground rules will apply. The candidate receiving the question will receive 90 seconds to reply, and there will be 30 seconds of allotted rebuttal time to the questioner. Now, I have it indicated that former State Representative Jackie